10 years? Well, I would say it's very normal to ask. We have Captain Fatai Atanda retired to analyze some of these with me. Welcome aboard, Captain. It's good to have you. Now, it's safe to say that Sahel is very much privileged, with the technicality, military focus, and, of course, in quotes, the quick fix approach to the management of the crisis. Yet, against all counter-terrorism initiatives undertaken in the area to address the problems, it still remains. Now, what are the central focus that ignite and worsen the violent conflict in the Sahel?
Well, you can see from current indicators, it has not been well. There's been a coup d'etat, or there's been a series of coup d'etat along that region. Mali, you have Guinea, you have also Burkina Faso. We're having issues there. And this is not very good for the kind of problems you have there. That's a very, very important region with a lot of an abundance of resources, natural resources. There's also a lot of human problems going on there, unfortunately. Unfortunately, you have a serious humanitarian situation, food security, which has caused issues even for the international community due to the presence of UN, the Sun Peace. It has not also helped the communities over here. ECOWAS has been there trying to resolve matters of governance. They had to suspend Mali only recently, and this has not actually solved the situation. The community, the international community, all stakeholders, all players must have to look for a solution or look for possible solutions towards this issue. And that is very, very paramount. I can also tell you that without any conviction that there's been a loss of faith, even with France. Mali has decided to withdraw their pact, and it is not helping matters. So France and their allies must come back to support this fight. They must come back to support providing solutions to this problem already created.
Okay, all right.
It is also essential that we go back to that root. Yes.
Okay, hold on, Captain. Yes, yeah, very well. Yes, talk about the stabilization, just like you said, the stabilization of the regions in the Sahel. Now, do we argue that political tension poses new challenges and probably have clearer or clear indications on how counter-terrorism operates in the Sahel? And also, does this mean that whatever that is happening in the Sahel region drives the economic prosperity of the countries?
Obviously, I've told you about the abundance of wealth in that region. But you cannot have wealth, you cannot have economic prospects under an era that is not peaceful. There must be a good condition, there must be an environment that will welcome such a move. And that is why another approach should be looked. Other approaches should be tested to find out how we can have a solution to the continued problems in this area. There must be a psychological approach. The people, the dwellers, the locals, they should go back to the grassroots. Recently, ECOWAS had to go back to Burkina Faso to meet with the stakeholders, people who are on the ground, people who are directly involved, to find a way out. And you have to look at it very, very well. The African situation, the African cases of counter-terrorism is something different because they blend with the locality. They are part of in the morning his government or his so you see, such situations should be resolved with a lot of confidence building, getting the community to report provide the expected intelligence information. We don't have a situation where we find a set of bandit army running down the military base. No, it's not that. You must talk to the people, give them the confidence, build the for them to know that government or whatever organization is working in their interest. It's essential. That's the only way you can fight progress. There has to be a second look. The military approach is certainly not the answer for now. There has to be other methods. You can't have in this our days a military coup being popular. No, it's outdated. We've said it before. It shouldn't be. So the masses, the public should understand that it is their own government. That it is their own government. They have to accept it. You can't go back. You can't continue to experiments using the military as an excuse. No, it's not acceptable. There has to be all other methods. Holistically, there must be a way out of this issue. The providers of support, especially you find what EU is doing there. They are trying to train Sahelian. They try to set up a Sahelian counter force so that if it could work, but it's not working. But France has been in Mali for about 7 years, and there's nothing really to show for it. So there must be some other way out.
All right. Thank you very much, Captain. It's always a pleasure to have you on board. And we sincerely apologize for the hitches with our network reception. And in conclusion, from all indications, it's very hard to predict how these points of tension will evolve. However, as the 6 points show, the clash of increasingly diverging political positions and interests across the Sahel is playing an important role in the way counter-terrorism is negotiated and implemented.